Hi everyone, this is Lori. I'm so glad you joined me today. Now in the past I've used the little rectangular shaped mini containers from the Dollar Tree, and today we're going to be doing something with these the circular ones. Now they are 10 in a package for $1.25, so these would be great for craft fairs, and you'll see what I did to them. I think you're really going to love this, so stay tuned. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is a bag of 10 of the little containers here, and I bought this from the Dollar Tree. If you go to the section where all the food storage containers are, these will be hanging up, and they have them in rectangular shapes as well as this round shape, but I bought the round for this project. Okay, and then you're going to need a 2-inch circle punch. Okay, 2-inch circle punch. And then you're going to need some Silly Winks craft foam. And I bought this in both red and green, but we'll be doing the red together today. Okay, and I'll show you the green, of course, afterwards. Now, these are 99 cents at Hobby Lobby for a 12 by 18 sheet. And I love this brand of craft foam because you don't have a lot of shedding, and not only that, it's very thin to work with. Now this says 1.5 millimeters thick, so as you can see, it's very thin. And I'll show you. It fits just about any circle punch, I would say. And there you have it. Sometimes I gotta reach in there to get it, but there you go. So I'm gonna set this aside real quick, and I'm gonna take this container here. Now I'm going to take my Fabri-Tac, alright, and I'm not going to put any Fabri-Tac in the center here. I'm going to leave that open. I'm just going to put it right here around the edge, and I'll show you why in a minute. And it's important that you leave that space open for a reason. Okay, and I'm just going to set this on top, and look how beautifully that fits. Just perfect. Okay, now I also bought some of the white Silly Winks craft foam, and I used my 1.5 inch paper punch to punch out a little snowflake. Now you can either do that or you can buy them at 1.5 inches. Now I'm going to glue this directly in the center, but I'm not going to put any glue in the center here. The only glue that I'm going to put is right here where the snowflake stems are. Alright. Okay. Now, you may have to stand up and look down to see that it's centered, but you want to put this directly in the center. Directly in the center. Best you can. Okay. Alright, so it looks like that. And that's important to have it in the center the best you can. And like I said, sometimes it's easier to stand up and look down from, different perspectives. Sometimes helps you. Alright, so I'm going to let this dry enough to where I can handle it, and then I'll be back and I'll show you what we're going to do next, and then you'll understand why we left that center part open and didn't put any glue in there. Okay? Okay, so now we have the lid, and I'm taking a sewing awl, alright, and I'm going to poke 2 little holes right here and right here to make it look like the center here is a button. Alright, so I'm just going to poke this here. I'm going to twist it as I go through it. And if you have a different kind of hole punch, that's fine. You can use that. Okay. And then I'm going to poke the second hole here. Okay. So you can see the holes. All right. And then I'm going to take some 26 gauge wire. It doesn't have to be expensive wire, just 26 gauge. And I cut about maybe 4 inches or so. And I'm going to slide these little bells on. And I'm going to go 1, 2, and 3. Okay. I'm going to bend this upwards like this. Kind of hold it. And then I'm going to take one side and slide it through one hole. And then the other side of the wire. And then slide it through the other hole. Okay. So I'm going to just pull it on through. See how easy that was? Okay. So now you want to make sure you have it nice and stable, like that, and you're going to twist like this. Okay, now I'm going to take my wire cutters and cut it. Oh, be nice if I could see. At around that long. And then I'm just going to bend it over like that. Then I'm going to take a teeny tiny piece of invisible tape and I'm just going to place it on top like that, just so it stays there and it doesn't poke anybody when they open the container, and it'll keep it nice and stable. Okay, so now we have the little shaker part. Okay, now we're going to do a couple more things, actually 3 things to this. So I'm going to set this right there. Now, as you know from my little kitten ornament, my little vintage kitten ornament video, I showed you how I made my custom made trim. Now you can go ahead and put any trim you want around here, any type of, you know, gold pearl trim or silver pearl trim or whatever you decide, okay? But I'm going to make my custom trim just like I did pretty much in my kitten video. Let me set this up. Okay, so pretty much I did the same thing, like I said, as in my little kitten ornament video. And you can take any size bead needle. This isn't like a real needle, it doesn't poke you, it just kind of guides you through the bead. And I'm just slipping a piece of crochet thread, and it collapses on it so it holds it. Alright. Now, the end part, I'm not going to worry too much about. I'm just going to do this so the beads don't fall off the other end. I'm not pulling it tight, I'm just leaving it like that. And I bought these 6/0 seed beads. They're checked glass beads from Preciosa. Okay, and you can see right here, they've got kind of a lilac colored band here, and it'll say 6/0 seed beads. And I just grabbed it in this red color and this green color. And the crochet thread, I got this on clearance at Hobby Lobby, so I just grabbed it. And you know, you can pretty much use anything. Now, I think you're going to need about 54 beads for each little container if you decide to do it this way. Oh, and you know what I forgot here? Sorry about that. Hold on. There you go. I also bought some white in the 6-0. So I think I'm going to put that here in the middle. They look like similar to pearls. They're real pretty anyway. So put all those tubes over there. Okay. Now I'm not going to sit here and have you watch me do all 54 beads, but I'm just showing you what I'm doing. I'm just doing this. Green, white, and red. And then I just slide it down like that. And then again, green, white, and red. And you know, I love doing this because when you can customize your own colors, it just seems to really bring out your project a whole lot more. Now, I know this isn't for everybody, so, you know, that's why I say if you want to use just regular pearl trim or bead trim, you can do that. But believe me, I'm not an expert when it comes to seed beads, and I just kind of go with what I have here. And if I can do this, believe me, you can do this. Okay, and I'm just going to keep going that way. And when I think I'm finished, I'm going to count them, and then I'll be back, and we'll see if I'm right. 54 beads. Okay, so I strung 54. So I'm just going to loosely make one overhand knot, just one. I'm not going to pull it tight or anything like that. I'm just going to put this here on top to see if it fits. And I think it will. Yeah. So it was 54 beads with a Preciosa 6.0 check glass beads. So what I'm going to do is take this and make sure all the beads are kind of shook down. Alright, or shaken down. Okay, and I'm just going to do this in a couple of overhand knots. Not up there though. Oh my goodness. Things like this always happen when I'm recording. You can bet if I have the camera on, things like this will happen every time. Oh, good grief. Okay. Here we go. Overhand knot. Overhand knot. Oh, for Pete's sakes, did I tie around that bead? Oh, good grief. Hold on for a second, please. Okay, so I guess it's good that I did show you my mistake. Alright, there we go. Make sure it's together. And be careful not to tie a bead in your thread like I did. Okay. Now I pulled it snug, so I'm going to take my scissors and cut them off right there. Now, I'm going to gently move these aside. Okay. Now I'm going to take my Deco Art Triple Thick that I got from Hobby Lobby, and it was $5.69. You'll find it at the very end of the acrylic paint aisle. Now I found this at the bottom where all of the larger bottles of acrylic paint are, and glitter paints and all that other stuff, okay? So, I'm going to open the lid, and look how small this brush is. See, there's just the tiniest amount, because we don't want this to be gloppy or run, but I'm just going to dip this in here and right along the edge here. That's where we're going to put this glue, and just a tiny bit, because it doesn't need a whole lot to stick, for the beads to stick. And you can see I'm doing it all the way around. The reason I'm using this is because I've tried various glues. I kind of experimented with this. Fabri-Tac does work, but this just really holds, where the Fabri-Tac sometimes will loosen in certain areas where you put the beads, simply because you're pulling this lid on and off. But I noticed with this, it's such a tight hold that doesn't happen at all, or it hasn't happened. So that's why I'm using the triple thick. What did I do? Okay. So now I'm just going to lay this down and make sure that it's nice and even. There we go. And you're just going to allow this to dry overnight. Will it dry sooner? Yes, but the reason why I want this drying overnight is I want to make darn sure that, you know, it has a tight bond. Okay? So we're going to allow this to dry, and then I'll be back. I'm going to let it dry enough to where I can handle it, then we'll be back. Okay, so this is dried and it's nice and sturdy on the lid. So what I did next was I took my little bottle cap punch and I poked a little hole right here in the little tab, okay? And it was easy because it's just soft plastic. So the reason I did that is I wanted to hook on a little charm. Now I'll tell you, at the very beginning I was going to hook these little metal charms on, and what I found was that they just clunked too much against the container because they're heavier. So what I decided to do was to take one of my lightweight little rubbery type peppermint beads that I bought from Hobby Lobby. It's in the Christmas craft section, where, you know, the little kiosks that they put all the way down the aisle full of Christmas crafts. It's in there with the Christmas jewelry, and it's about 9 millimeters in width, okay? And oh, by the way, these bells, in case somebody wants to know, they are about 13 millimeter measured at its widest point across, okay? So I made this little charm with a little rubbery type peppermint and some 8/0 check glass seed beads from Hobby Lobby. So I put a little seed bead at the top and the bottom. So I also added, a little 6 millimeter jump ring, and that was also from Hobby Lobby. And I did get the peppermint beads for half price, because right now everything is 50% off. So I'm going to open this, and I'm going to slide this through the hole, and I'm going to attempt to close it back up. if I could see. Oh my heavens. Okay. Sorry guys. I just don't see quite as well as I used to, and you know how that goes. Alright, let's try that again. Okay. There we go. Now I can see a little better anyway. Okay. So here we go. Just like that. See, and it's lightweight. It's not going to bother anything or anybody when they're opening it. So we're going to snap this lid back on, okay? And temporarily. And then I'm going to put something like Merry Christmas or something like that. And you have a couple of options. I know Hobby Lobby sells these every year, and they're little labels, and they say Merry Christmas. And you can see the size of my thumb, just how small they are. Now they also have some with red writing and red trim that say Merry Christmas. Although these are cute, I don't know how well they're going to show up, you know, on this plastic, so you might want to get this in the red. I also have, where to go? Oh, no? Oh, here it is. Okay. I also have some Recollections Christmas stickers that I picked up, oh gosh, I believe it at Michael's a few years back now. But they'll have a lot of little things like this. So I think this will show up better on the container. I'm going to be using this. Let's see, how about Joy? I like that. I can get it off. I'm having problems today, huh? Okay. Here we go. Now I'm going to put this just like this, where it can be seen. And that says Joy. And so I'm going to be using this on my containers, I think. Now I will show you all the containers towards the end, because we still have to fill these. And I think it would probably be best to fill these with candy that is colorful, Christmas colors, or you know, the foil wrapped candies. So since this is still fairly early that I'm recording this before Christmas, I don't know what I can find out there yet, but that will, you know, look good in here. But I'm thinking maybe the Kisses that are gold wrappers or silver wrappers or something like that. So I'm going to check that out at the store, and then bring back some candy and we'll fill these, okay? So with that said, stay tuned and I will be back. I got home from the store and I picked up some Kisses to put in there, gold foil wrapped Kisses with almonds. And I did want to show you something before we fill these. I was having fun making a little gingerbread one as well. And I bought these little beads from Hobby Lobby. They came in a strand. They were half price, so I didn't pay that much for them at all. And of course I used gingerbread colors around here, like that. And I think it turned out really cute. And boy, I'll tell you, this triple thick holds so well. I put triple thick, I put triple thick right here underneath the peppermint, and as well as the beads, and it just really holds very well. So we're going to go ahead and fill all these. And each one of these holds about 8 kisses, which is pretty good. And 8. Oops, got a little extra there. Now, I also had other ideas to turn these into not just gingerbread themed ones, but I thought of a snowman themed one I could do, and an angel themed one, and I think they'll turn out pretty cute. I'll have to do some some experimenting. 6, 7, 8. And of course you can fill these with all kinds of things. A small stretch bracelet, earrings. You can fold money and put it in here. You can put the green and red M&Ms that you pick up at Christmas. You know, anything that has colorful foil wrappers. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put this right here. So see how cute they turned out? Yeah. These make a nice little thinking of you gift. So I really hope you give this a try, and I'd love to hear your ideas in the comment section below. And thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. And God bless you, and have a very Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.